Hello everyone. Hamilton ARPA hosts a fundraiser for their legal challenge, an update from the steps of the courthouse in British Columbia, and two bills that we fully support, Bill 89 on religious expression in Ontario and Bill C-230 on conscience protection federally. It is Wednesday, March 30th, and this is Quick Updates. So Member of Parliament Kathy Wagenthal, Tabitha, and Jonathan Van Buren join us from Hamilton.
Hi Colin, we're here in Hamilton at the Hamilton and Area ARPA chapter event. One of the things we were doing was talking about the legal challenge that they have going. You can check out more on that at the website. But I'm here with two of the speakers, Jonathan Van Buren and MP Kathy Wagenthal. The theme for tonight was Worth It to Witness. So Kathy, what does that theme mean to you?
It's absolutely worth it to witness, and it was a real privilege to be here tonight with everyone, and I hope that I in some way was able to encourage the people who are truly the foundation of this whole movement.
Yeah, no, it was a great evening. Lots of people came out, and I just talked about how not only are we commanded to witness, but it's worth it because we see that our work does actually accomplish things. That was covered by both Tabitha and Kathy, but I got to share a bit about our work and how important it is to see lives saved from abortion.
Back to you, Colin.
Thanks to all three of you. Next, we're joined from the steps of the courthouse in British Columbia with Andre and Jeffrey Trotter.
Well, thanks, Colin. We're happy to be finished the first day of a two-day hearing at the BC Court of Appeal. Just wrapped up the arguments today. And I'm with Jeffrey Trotter, who has put a phenomenal amount of work into this file for us in this province. And I'm just going to ask you, Jeffrey, what's your first impressions of the first day? I know we have another day to go, but first impressions of the first day.
Well, my most recent memory is Andre actually closed out the day today with his oral argument, and one of the questions that he got from the judges was about what are the differences between what was done in Ontario and how things were done in BC. And Andre was able to say, well, in Ontario, there was never a time that churches were closed, but restaurants and bars and gyms were open. And in fact, there was always careful tailoring, always adjusting the percentage of occupancy for churches, whereas here in BC, there was just a complete ban. And that was a distinction that the judges, I think all made a note of, and so I'm hoping that's going to show up in their judgment.
Yeah, me too. I hope so. I hope so. I hope they wrestle with that point. And ARPA's submissions, of course, were on those two broader, almost philosophical questions of institutional pluralism, the idea that the state is not the only institution in society, nor the final arbiter of all things in society. Rather, they have a particular role, and alongside them is other institutions like the church, like the free press, like the family, and other important institutions. We need to balance that. We need to recognize that. So I saw some engagement or interest and questions from the judge on that question. And then the idea of compound violations. Should it be an issue that the judges wrestle with when it's not just one charter right, but multiple charter rights infringed in pretty deep and profound ways all at the same time? Should that be weighed by the courts? So we'll have to wait and see how tomorrow goes, of course. And any guesses as to when a decision might come out, Jeffrey?
I'm going to guess longer than it was last time because we've got three judges, and I think they have less sense of time pressure now that we're no longer in a zero church situation here in BC. So I would guess, a couple of months would be my guess.
Okay. So we'll definitely keep everyone up to date as this progresses. Thanks so much. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Andre and Jeffrey. We'd like to thank our supporters for making this intervention a possibility. Please do keep the judges in your prayers as they write their decision. Now, Daniel joins us to talk about an important bill federally by Member of Parliament Kelly Block.
Thanks, Colin. MP Kelly Block introduced Bill C-230, the Protection of Freedom of Conscience Act, at the beginning of February. Just this Monday, the bill had its first hour of debate at second reading. Bill C-230 seeks to make it an offense to coerce a medical professional to participate in providing medical assistance in dying. It would also make it an offense for an employer to hire or fire a medical professional based on their willingness to provide aid. The debate on this issue is portrayed by many MPs and others as either protecting conscience for physicians or protecting patient wishes. But this bill recognizes that protecting conscience for doctors in Canada will also be good for patients and for the healthcare system as a whole. We encourage you to read more about this bill at the link below and to send an easy mail to your MP asking them to vote in favor of Bill C-230. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Daniel. Now, Ryan was at the Ontario Legislature for the first hour of debate on Bill 89. Member of Parliament provincially, Sam Oosterhoff, brings a message about his new private members' legislation.
Hi, I'm Sam Oosterhoff, the MPP for Niagara West. We're here at the Ontario Legislature where we just brought forward and debated Bill 89, the Protecting Ontario's Religious Diversity Act, which adds religious expression as prohibited grounds for discrimination to the Ontario Human Rights Code. It provides an important protection for people of diverse faith backgrounds across our province to ensure that people are able to express their faith without fear, which is so important. It goes to a debate tomorrow, as well as a vote between all the parties in the legislature, and I hope that you will hold it in your prayers.
Thank you, MPP Oosterhoff. So that's it for quick updates. Thanks to you for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.